September we met, I could tell by your smile. You hadn't been with a good girl like me in a while. I held you down for the longest. I was there through all of your darkest moments. Feels just like yesterday when we were homeless. Got you some bread and start treating me bogus. Talking about you wanted something new, like I wasn't good enough for you. Guess you didn't caught you a case of amnesia. Maybe you should take a look in your rear.
Hey y'all. So I decided to title this video, Are You Hating or Helping? This young lady right here is Queen Naija. She rose to fame on YouTube. She used to have a YouTube channel with her ex-husband, Chris Sales, and she has about 5 million followers on Instagram. And I guess her thing right now is singing. She's pregnant with a new baby and a new baby daddy. And her boyfriend get on my goddamn nerves on Instagram because they always doing the most. But I just wanted to give you a brief introduction on who Queen Naija is. And basically that's who this video is about, because she recently performed on Soul Train Music Awards. And this woman right here, of course, is Lil Mo. Now, if you don't know who Lil Mo is, that's because you're probably too young to know who Lil Mo is. But if you were coming up in the 90s, then you definitely know who Lil Mo is. She had a lot of different collabs with Fabulous. She had a lot of great songs with him. And she also had her own solo success. And she most recently was on Love and Hip Hop, and she also did R&B Divas, and I believe she's married to a boxer. But anyway, so recently, after Queen Naija performed on the Soul Train Music Awards, Lil Mo decided to take to Instagram to, I guess, express her whatever it was. But let me read it to you, because I know it kind of coming out a little small on here. It says, "Where shall I begin? Okay, here goes. From what I've seen, Queen Naija is a very, very pretty girl. My daughters love her music, as she will be their future. And when they look back, this is who was chosen to lead the millennials into what's new and next in music. I pray she beats all the odds, does numbers, and remains humble. As for the cipher, maybe the pregnancy is prohibiting singing from the bottom of her pit. Maybe she should have war cried or just set this one out until her seasoning is full of savor. I really don't know much about her besides what the blogs post, but I believe she can reach her fullest vocal potential outside of its mediocrity if she stays around vocal Bibles. The look and voice is there. Just needs someone on her team to tell her to tap in. Because TBH, or to be honest, so many sound alike, look alike, and have the same story, YouTube or social media. So when they get out here in the real world and do one show, whole voice be gone. I don't know what it takes to have staying power now. I know popularity is always first pick. Hopefully this don't go over y'all heads. But look at both videos. Then don't judge. Just assess the passion and let me know who made you feel away after they sang, and who was just there because they got booked for it. And I don't care how old, washed up singer I am, bitch, I'll sing bitches into their grave and out of it. So miss me with all of that shit. And while you look up Yebba Smith, she will sing half the world." So anyway, I've read enough. But anyway, so Lil Mo, she got a lot of responses off of that, and people started coming at her neck. They was like, "Meanwhile, Queen Naija on a sold-out tour while you on IG hating. Get it together, sis." And then Lil Mo, of course, responded, "That tour ain't no sold out. Bitch, bye. She gonna cancel halfway and say her doctor told her to sit down. Fuck out of here, you on IG hating on me, worried about what I post. Go buy a dick out the porn store and suck it. Yebba the queen." So, it was a few of those. So Lil Mo was pretty much responding all day because of that. So Queen Naija finally got involved, and she finally responded, and she said, "Word of advice from a young singer just now entering into the music industry to vets who've been in this game. Encouragement goes a long way. Someone could look up to you and adore you, and you can completely ruin their view of you by speaking down on them. I'm just doing what God called me to do, and that's just to use my gift of singing to reach others. I just started out in this game, and I'm open to anything that could improve me as a singer, person, etc. You should never have to put down someone to get your point across. And so here we are. Was Lil Mo hating or helping? Now, there's a couple of sides to this coin. You know, it was a lot of sneak dissing going on. You know, she was nice, nasty, and then she kind of got nasty about it. So, me personally, Lil Mo was hating. Now, here's where it gets kind of interesting. Most of what Lil Mo said was actually, I agree with. I agree with her. I agree with most of what she said. I agree that most of these girls these days sound the same. They pretty much all sound the same. They all look the same. You can't really tell them apart if they're on the radio, especially at, I'm in my 40s, especially on the radio. I don't know who I'm listening to. So on one hand, I agree with Lil Mo, right? It's more, especially in this day and age, it's more about popularity. It's more about who can pull numbers based off of their followers. So a person like Lil Mo, who's been in the game for a long time, an OG, they are going to feel some way about these new girls and these new entertainers coming in, not really grinding as hard, or they feel the perception is they're not grinding as hard because they have a platform in which the OGs never had that platform. They had to go from executive to executive to executive, to sneak in the door, to put their demo tape here, to get their demo tape here. They had to go sing at dusty old clubs and stuff like that. So they had to put in the work. And people like Lil Mo probably do feel a type of way. However, Lil Mo and others like her have to realize that the world is changing. Even for me, I had to finally I'm trying to adjust to the fact that these new kids out here, they're just doing it a different way. And the businesses are thinking about, in the long term, the numbers. If they can prop up people that have 5 million followers and put some money behind them and say, hey, we're going to make you a singer, or we're going to put you out there, then you know what? It's good for business. And I know that a lot of us we don't like the change that's happening, but the truth of the matter is that's the way the music industry is going. That's why we have Bad Baby and people like that, because of that very thing. Now, Queen Naija actually can sing. I think she has talent. So, like I said, I think the gist of what Lil Mo was saying was actually complimentary, but it was followed by a backhand to her face. It was just kind of nice, nasty, and it became very nasty to the point that it didn't sound like hating. It was hard for anybody to not look at that and say, damn, Mo, why are you hating on the girl? If you really wanted to be constructive or give her constructive criticism, you could have actually found out how to get in touch with her and shared that with her. Because it seems to me that she probably looked up to you. I mean, Lil Mo can sing. Let's not get it twisted. Lil Mo is talented and she can sing. But this just wasn't the way to do it. And unfortunately, Lil Mo had a lot of good points, and it was lost because she sounded like a bitter hater. She just did. She sounded like a hater. So, in the future, I hope that Lil Mo understands that communication is key. It's not necessarily what you say, but it's how you say it. So has she just kind of left it alone and, gave the girl some good points and some good pointers about how to sing and how to do this and I think it would have been well received until she started kind of clapping back at people, talking about her shows ain't sold out. Fuck out of here. She just gonna cancel. Now, again, you sitting here saying that you was trying to be helpful, but then you start hating on the fact that this girl is booked for shows. So which one is it, Mo? Are you trying to really help her, or are you simply hating? And like I said, from the judgment of it, you really was coming off like a hater. And that's unfortunate because, like I said, Lil Mo, she is definitely one of those talents, has a beautiful voice, should have gone a lot farther than she did. But, the music industry is fickle, and these new girls will see that too. So instead of hating on them, I would just, if I was Lil Mo and people like that, I would just, encourage her and talk to her about and avoid the pitfalls of the music industry. Because if anybody understands the pitfalls of the music industry, it would be somebody like Lil Mo. So instead of hating on this girl, let this girl shine. All right. It's her time. Let her shine, do her thing, and give her some positive feedback. Give her some stuff that she could use that could be helpful. Because you never know. She probably did look up to Lil Mo, and Lil Mo crushed her. All right. And truthfully speaking, they all do sound the same.
Raise
They
hands
do.
up already. Oh, had his eyes on Sparrow. Start off. I just start. I sing because I'm happy.
Dang.
I sing